Welcome Dubai Real Estate. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come here today. We're so honored. Today we have the man, the legend. No, he's not a myth. No. He's a real hardcore researcher, Mr. Ozan Demir from Raiden, the real estate information and analytics company. So I know you guys are here for him, so I'm gonna try to zip my mouth. I love to hear myself talk. Mr. Ozan, please take it away.
Most of you know, I'm from Raiden. We are a real estate data and analytics company, which is serving market, supply and demand side of the market to our clients. Such as we provide real estate transactions, real estate sales, and rental prices per building level. We provide like service charges, occupancy rates of every building. So today, I'm not going to take much of your time. I wanna finish it in 10 minutes. I'll give you some insights. By the way, I have to mention we are not a consultancy or real estate brokerage company, but we serve real estate consultants and real estate brokerage companies. So if I have to start, initially I want to start with the market overview. Don't worry, my presentation, it's this is the only page which has some comments here. Just I want to summarize it. Currently we all know that we are experiencing some stagnant market conditions. This is not because of actually real estate. This is because of the retail and hospitality sector. I just want to take attention that in the last year total 486 property companies and real estate brokerage, they couldn't renew their license. So we know market, it's affecting everyone. However, there is a natural selection. It's happening here. So if you're still in the business, it means that you guys are doing good. In terms of market trends, most probably most of you heard about the real estate cycles. Everybody talks about it. However, if we start from 2003, which is the inception of freehold in Dubai, the first cycle starts from 2003 and ended in 2011. The second cycle, it started in 2011-12 and ended in 2017 or 18. However, when we get into more details, starting from June 2014 to 2019, we have seen that actually market downturn starting from 2014 to 2017, let's say 2016, there was a drop. However, in 2017, most of consultants also we were considering that when the prices flattens, then it means that the market condition may go positive side. However, 2017 at end of 2017, again the market start show us downturn. Same for apartments, and this is same for the villas. In terms of rental market, in the first graph, if you look at, initially sales prices they dropped, which they dragged the rentals. However, starting from 2017, the rentals fell initially, then they brought the sales prices down. I know when we are saying negativity in the market, for the investors it may be misunderstood, because most of the investors they invest for the returns, right? Unfortunately, the investors in the between 2014 to 2016, they are not experiencing good yields. However, in terms of new investors, or let's say people who is looking to get their home as an end user, it's great time for them. The yields are still the same, on the same levels. In terms of apartments, average gross rental yield is 7%. For the villas, it is almost 5.6, 5.7, 5.3%. So if you're planning as an end user or investor, if you're planning to get into the market, the market conditions are better. You're getting the same units with less price. or like most of the developers, they provide post-payment plans. So that's why we believe that it's a good time to invest. When we look at the residential supply, I mean, market price is defined by the real estate supply and demand. Of course, like more supply. I mean, if the supply is more than the demand, the prices will go down. If the demand is more than the supply, the prices will go up. In 2016 and 17, the number of supply which entered to the market, it was actually more than the demand. That's why the prices went down. When we look at 2019 quarter one, every year the developers, they launch their projects, and they say they are going to hand over the project within the year or within the next 2-3 years. However, when we look at the real materialization rate, it generally stays between 40% to 50%. So what we do is, in 2019 in total, around 70,000 units they are expected to be handed over. However, we based on our past experience, we say that out of 15,000 or 16,000, we are expecting 6,300 units to get into the market. So we did the same for the rest of the quarters, and basically in the quarter one, around 6,000 units have been handed over. So I mean, there is a over 90%, 95% success rate. So till the end of this year, it means that we can expect around 25 to 30,000 units get into the market, which can be considered healthy when we compare with the population increase actually. When we look at the areas like JBC, Dubai Land, Dubai World Central, these areas are the top areas in terms of the handovers. New residential project launches, this is also a very important indicator in the market. Between 2013, 14 and 15, because of the real estate increase in the real estate prices, lots of developers, they came into the market, they launched their projects. Even government-backed developers such as MR, Damak, they also launched many projects, which leaded oversupply in the market. However, when we look at 2019, especially in the first quarter, I mean, total number of new launch units are 2,600 only. So when we compare with last year in the same term, around 3,500 units launched, and when we compare with 2017, if I'm not wrong, it's around 8,000 units launched only in quarter one. So I mean, the total number of new launches, it is falling down, which is currently we will not see the effect right away. However, after 2 years, we will start the supply and demand. There will be more equilibrium. 2019, we are expecting 50,000, and 2020, 77,000 units to enter to the market. By the way, all these units, most of these units, they have already been sold, so they have their investors. When we look at the transactions market, I mean, this is the real demand. The top, the dark blue one, they are off-plan sales, and light blue, they are ready property sales. When we look at the secondary market sales, which is down, yes, there are ups and downs, but they are generally showing stable market. However, when we look at the off-plan, especially between 2015 to end of 2016, the levels are less when we compare with 2017 and some quarters of 2018. So again, I'm going to come back to the initial chart, the sales price. So after reaching to the top prices fell down, and then like in 2017 the prices were stagnant, right? I will go back. As you may see, 2015-16 level of off-plan transactions are less, and with the 2017 lots of new launches, there are lots of off-plan sales. Again, it affects the market. It affected market 1 year after 2018. Again, we have experienced the price decline. When we look at the apartment, I mean, it is showing the similar path. Sales secondary market, it is like, you know, more stable. Basically, here, generally, like, you know, most of the units, like, you know, let's say top quarters that for the off-plan market, when the big developers like MR, when Damak, when Dubai Properties, they launch projects, they are hitting, like, you know, the numbers are going up. For example, like this one, MR launched Urbana in Dubai South. So basically, like as I mentioned, what we are experiencing, it's like there is a oversupply in the market. Most probably, we are going to still like continue experiencing it till the end of this year. However, good side, like the new launches are getting less. So maybe not this year, but the next year onwards, we can expect, like, you know, a turnaround in the market. Thank you very much. If you have questions, I can take.
Questions, guys?
Can you share this presentation for us?
Will you share this? Everybody wants the presentation. There are certain parts of the presentation we will get out to you guys. Don't worry. There are certain parts that we cannot, but we'll get some.
Yeah.
We'll get some. We'll get a presentation from today out to you guys as well. Any tough questions? So we're talking to somebody who's got 12 years analytics experience. How many real estate brokers here? Dubai real estate brokers who've got 12 years experience here, right? So not too many of us. So today, if there's any specific questions that we want to ask, this is the man. This is the guy we want to ask.
Or for the, I can give my details in case of any questions. You can always, like, you know, get in touch with me.
Thank you for coming in and presenting to us. So again, guys, thank you, Mr. Ozan, for coming in and bringing in that years and years of research, the graphs and facts and figures. It's lovely when we speak to our customers about those facts and figures, because for as long as I've been a Dubai real estate agent, for 7 years, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, market is down," but every year people are buying. I'm selling. You know, my friends are selling. Everybody's selling. The developer's selling. The ready is selling. It's constantly happening. So coming back to thank you guys to come and visit us today. I know a lot of you know about us and SLS and everything that we're doing. For those who don't know, welcome for the first time to the showroom. We are, after we finish this event here, we will be doing some private tours up to our show apartment. Tell us about 2020 and beyond.
I don't see, you know, real estate, you know, like negativity in the market. What I see is, like, you know, generally more on the retail. People not, like, you know, spending as much as before. And there are, like, you know, external factors, like, you know, US dollar, it's very, you know, expensive. And like oil price, it's now like more than 80, 90, but however still there is a, like, you know, effect. 2020 beyond, if the total number of supply or new launches stays, you know, stable, like let's say subdued when we compare to the previous years, we can expect, like, you know, at least, you know, more stable market. But it depends on the developers. Again, if they, like, you know, launch lots of new projects, and the deliveries, they are very important. Like as most of you remember, like, you know, I said 50% of the like the materialization rate is 50%. I hope it stays with 50%, because like if like Dubai can absorb like around 20 to 30,000 units on a yearly basis when we compare with the population. But anything like, you know, more than this value, unfortunately, it will, like, you know, affect. So basically, it depends on the new supply. If the supply stays like in the normal levels, I think market will be pick up again beyond 2020. But if lots of developers they launch new projects, then we can experience the similar pattern here. Basically, in the last 6 months, only MR and Dubai properties they launch project. Akoya, Damak, Nakhil, they don't have much projects that was launched. So that's why it is healthy. I don't agree with you. For the next couple of years, most of the private developers they are out of the market. So you can only expect from MR and let's say government-backed developers in which they don't pay anything for the land, right? So it depends on their discussion. We know that population it's increasing almost 7% a year. Seven. However, most of the population, if we divide them into white collar and blue collar, let's say labor, most of the increase it was on the labor side because of the new projects and expo site. Otherwise, the population growth is not more than 2-3%. For the expo, I think we don't have to we shouldn't exaggerate expo. Expo it's just temporary, which will take 7-8 months. Of course, I believe Dubai and Dubai government they will have the advantage of having it like they had it let's say Dubai Internet City and Media Cities. When they first launched the Dubai Internet City and Media City, it is more than 2-3 million square meter of office space. Everybody was laughing at them. But currently, if you look at them, if you look at the area, most of the international companies like Oracle, LinkedIn, Microsoft, Sony, they are there, right? So beyond Expo, I think there will be lots of amenities that Dubai will have the advantage.
Thank you again, Mr. Ozan, for coming in and giving us that knowledge. Knowledge is power, and with that knowledge and power, it really helps us to close more business. Thank you guys for visiting us today. We started building our project just a little over 2 years ago. And the future of SLS that we've accomplished in the last 2 years is nothing compared to what we have planned for the next 2 years coming. So we do need your love and support, and we need you, the brokers of Dubai Real Estate, to arm yourself with the knowledge, to arm yourself with the right information, and pitch the project which will attract end users. The sizes in our project, the quality of a project, you'll see. This is an actual realistic project that people will be happy to move into. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Wall to wall, ceiling to ceiling, roof. This from the low floor, roughly about the 15th floor. This is the view that we'll be getting. Thank you guys for coming in today. We had a fantastic presentation by Mr. Ozan Demir, who joined us from Raiden. He gave us really pearls of wisdom with his 12 years of experience as a research and analyst. I want to thank all the brokers who made the event today. Thank you guys for coming in and having a look at our project. We hope to see more of you brokers. A lot of you guys are watching and you're giving me high fives when you see me and you say, hey, great video, but I don't see you here. You know where we are. We're at the Bay Gate Tower. I want to see you here soon, but for all you international guys who want to see the report, for all you international guys who want to understand more about this project, get at me, click the links, drop me an email, drop me an Insta, drop me a WhatsApp, or whatever it is that you like to do, and I'll do what I do. That's take care of you, baby. So we'll see you guys next time, all right?